It is a beautiful day. Hello, everybody. What a day to be alive. We're back with another session here. Day 53. Waiting is gay. Yes, I agree. It just gives me some time to test everything, like make sure the streams are working and set up my lighting and stuff like that. There was one, there was one day a couple weeks ago. I think it was a couple weeks ago. Man, all the days are like merging together for me. But there was a day where I accidentally clicked on like this main screen before I had everything set up. It was just a jump scare of me like looking extremely depressed and like laid back just in a nearly pitch black room. I was like this. And it was extremely dark because all my lighting was off. Anyway, beautiful day today. The birds are chirping outside. Everything is good. I'm gonna turn on my AC because I am sweating. You can see the glistening of my forehead. That should help out. Anyway, do I have any updates for you today? So we got our first lead from our email. Sorry, not email. It's not email anymore. From our ad campaign. So that's exciting. I'm going to call them later. See if they pick up. And if they don't, we're just going to send them emails. Other than that, I'm going to dedicate this session to writing out my email nurture system. So the people who come in from the ads, who opt in, will get loads of emails sent to them every day until they either buy or die. So we need to set up a lot of emails, give them a lot of value, build up a lot of trust. I'm trying to make these emails short but extremely actionable. And it is going well. I like it so far. Let me share what I have here with you all. I should always get in, I should get in the habit of always checking my screen to make sure there's nothing that you're not allowed to see. I genuinely just don't do it like anytime. You know, yesterday I tried to stream Silksong and it didn't go well because all of the pages are down and I ended up giving up. Now the game is in my library and I have yet to play it. And I did a little bit of reflection yesterday and I thought, you know what? Maybe this is a sign from the universe that now is just not the time. Maybe it was trying to tell me that I need to focus on the important things first. There will always be opportunities to have a gaming channel like I've wanted in the future. This isn't the only opportunity that exists. But I need to prioritize making money right now because it's extremely important. So as much as it pains me and as difficult as it is to say, the game I've been waiting for 6 years is going to take a back seat and I'm not going to play it until I make some money. So, yeah. Sometimes you just have to listen to the universe, you know? Listen to what it has to say. Anyway, so where was I? I wanted to reread this email I wrote. How to make your offer feel 10 times more valuable without adding cost. Let me put on some background music too. Is it going? Yes. And I should turn off my desktop audio. Okay, it's off. Hey, name. Contrary to popular belief, homeowners don't always pick the cheapest quote. They pick the quote that feels like the best deal. That's where value stacking comes in. Example, imagine two landscapers both charge $4,000 for new patio. Contractor A just says patio installation $4,000. Contractor B says patio installation $4,000 includes 12-month maintenance tips, free design consultation, free cleanup and haul away, and priority scheduling within 2 weeks. Same price, but which one feels like the no-brainer? And you know the answer. You know the answer, and here's why. Humans don't calculate value logically. We stack up everything and think we're getting, and everything we think we're getting, and the bigger pile usually wins. Your move today. Well, I don't really like this statement. We do calculate value logically. I want to rewrite that. I don't even think I need this here, to be honest. Let's do this. You know the answer. Your move today, look at your current offer, write down 3 to 4 extras you already do or could do cheaply that you never highlight. Package them into your quote so it feels like the homeowner is getting way more than just a number. Yeah, that's it. Pretty simple, but very valuable. So let's get on with the next one. How's everybody today? Ella Beck, what have you been up to? Subject line. Nurse, keep thinking about it. How to stop it. A name. Ever given a quote that seemed perfect and then the homeowner says, we'll think about it. Driving right now, can't text. Okay. Good man. Don't text while driving. That's some commitment. Translation. We'll forget about it. Problem isn't always your price. It's a lack of urgency. Owners delay decisions because there's a consequence for waiting. Your job is to give them one without being pushy. Are simple ways to build urgency into your offer. Limited scheduling spots. We're only booking 3 new projects this month. Seasonal deadlines. Book before the first frost and we'll have your right way ready by winter. Bonus deadlines. Why is this one going bold? Sign up by Friday. And you'll also get our money saver checklist. Hey Cyber, what's up? How have you been? What have you been up to? The key urgency should feel real. If you use it honestly, it stops people from dragging their feet and makes your offer feel twice as valuable. Your move today. Add one urgent reason why a homeowner should book this week, not next month. Even a small nudge makes a big difference. PS want me to walk you through how to build offers that not only look irresistible, but also make homeowners act fast. Cool. Fast. Feel free to reach out here. Here and my team, and I will. Want me to walk you through how to build offers that not only look irresistible but also make homeowners act fast? Go here and we'll do exactly what to do. My downfall happening now. I left my old team. Also, my YouTube views are dropping too much because I applied a new video format. I wouldn't look at it that way. It's never a downfall. Look, your life is pretty much determined from your own perspective. You can look at it as a minor setback, but look at it on the grander scale. You know, one step back, two steps forward. As long as you always, you know, look towards the positives, your life is going to be much better. Hey, yo, Nate, what's up? Returning Hangman champion here. My downfall yeah, okay, I just read that. What you writing? I'm writing an email nurture system that we're going to be using to send emails to people who opt in from our ad. We got our first submission yesterday, so I figured I need to have this prepared, so I'm doing that. Go to ATM for money to pay Gravel Guy. Nice. How much Gravel Guy cost? I've been having a nice day. I've just been chilling here, writing emails. This is the 6th one. What else did I do? That's about it, actually. It's been taking me a while. The first couple emails were the hardest because they're the longest. So, I have somebody who opts in. They immediately get this massive... this confirmation email, and then they get this huge email, which gives them a lot of value. So, then the rest are little tiny ones. New submission, that's good. Yeah, it's nice. I'm gonna call him up later, because in my submission thing, I take phone numbers. So, call him up later. I'm gonna see if he's, you know... I'm basically, what we're running right now is essentially, it's called a decoy offer. We're offering something free, and then when people reach out to get the free thing, we call them up, and we're like, hey, are you here for the free thing, or do you want to... or are you looking for long-term value, essentially, long-term results? So I'd call him. I'd be like, hey, saw you submitted the form. You know, I just wanted to know, would you be happy to, you know, schedule a time sometime this week? I could show you exactly how the system works. And if they're like, no, I'm busy, I could just be like, all right, no problem. What I can do is over the next, you know, few days, we're just going to be sending you emails of which are going to be like individual breakdowns of the system so that you can get a bunch of value from it, start implementing these little steps, and it's going to make a big difference to your business. And then I would just end the call there. If they do want to book in, when they're on the call, we're going to be like, okay, so are you here for the free thing or are you here for long-term value? If they say the free thing, I'd be like, okay, whatever. I'll show it to them. I'll explain how it works. And then I'm going to try to show how the premium thing is so much better. And if they do want the premium thing, I'll just pitch my offer immediately. So that's kind of how decoy offers work. That's what we're running. I need to still record some ads today. I was meant to do it yesterday, but then it just didn't work. So I need to record some ads today. Because right now we're just running like a very simple static image ad. And I need better conversions, so I'll do that. Seems like you've been typing non-stop. Yeah, pretty much. What is left to finish? So, okay, I could pull up my to-do list, and I can tell you exactly what we need to do. I need to write more ads and add angles, because the most important thing right now is how do we get the most amount of people to book in. So, I need to make a lot of ads, test many different headlines, and see which one converts best so we could utilize our budget best. Best thing in advertising is testing. So that's priority right now. The next thing is creating value documents and trainings, which is what we're doing right now. And I was also thinking of bringing people to a video sales letter instead, so that they get some like video to watch at the beginning, and then we can send them emails as well. So for some people who prefer video formats, would consume the video format, and people who prefer reading would read the emails, and it just increases the chances of them booking in even more. That's another thing I was thinking of doing, but that's not like super priority. The email nurture campaign is what I'm focusing on right now, because the main things right now are how do we get the most amount of leads in, which is going to be determined by the ads, and how do we get the most amount of people to convert, which is going to be determined by the value we give them. So those are the two key things we need to focus on, is giving as much free value as possible and making new ads so that more people are interested. Then I still have to plan out the remainder of my sales script. I have a really good pitch written, which I went over one of the previous days. But I also want to write out the sales script for my downsell offer. So in case they can't afford the full package, how am I going to bring them down the steps to be like, okay, well, if that doesn't work, does this work? If that doesn't work, does this work? In terms of like payment plan downsells and stuff like that. I have to rewrite my service agreement letters to have them prepared for all of the different downsell variations. And then I was thinking of also adding some bot protection on my forms, because right now I don't have any. And that's just because it was such a pain in the ass to set up. I just kind of got tired of it and just wanted to run the campaign, so I didn't do it. Hey, Kiss. Is that actually part of your name? I'm going to call you Kiss, because I don't know how to pronounce the other part. Juwonlo. Sorry, I don't... Everybody always has such unique names. It's hard to keep up. How's it going, Deb? Been out for a while. Have you closed anyone yet? No. So I don't remember when was the last time you were here, but our email campaigns were not working, so I decided to stop doing that and focus on ads instead. So we set up our funnel that we were going to use for our ads. I made an advertisement. I launched it. It's been running for 2 days now. 3 days now. I uploaded it like in the evening on one of the days. And it took a bit to get published because they needed to review it. So it's been like officially running for like 2 days. So that's that. So I need to record more ads. We got our first submission yesterday. Our CPL is $20 right now, which is not great because the ad is like not amazing. It's fairly simple of an ad, which simple ads can still work, but that's why I need to record some video ads that's going to drop our CPL. And for anyone who doesn't know, that's cost per lead. So anybody who's interested in the service who opts in as a lead. I want to make some video ads to drop that a little bit, but even without that, $20 CPM is still better than what we had before. And this is for somebody who's actually interested in the thing that we're providing. Whereas with emails, we're a lot more intrusive. So it's still like a million times better than the email campaign that we ran. And literally, it's like the simplest ad you could come up with. I can show you, actually. I haven't shown you the ad. I was originally going to launch immediately with a video ad, but I had to re-record it. So I just ended up launching with a static image ad. But let me show you. Where is it is a good question. Here. Let me show you. 1 sec. There. Home service business owners learn how to get 10 plus appointments every 30 days with customers who show up on time, actually want to buy, aren't a headache to work with, for free. Click learn more to get your full blueprint. Pretty simple ad. So nothing too special, but to build up that trust, I want to do more like video ads of just like UGC kind of video ads. So just face to face to the camera, because then people can see your personality. They can see how genuine you are and stuff like that. So I want to do that. And that's gonna drop her CPL. It's also like still in the testing phase. It's only been running for 2 days, so it's gonna take a little bit for it to stabilize regardless. But just to show you that you really don't need a super fancy ad to get people to click. It's not extremely difficult. And I don't have a lot of questions on my funnel. I just have like two. I think it's like, what were they? What's your biggest struggle right now? And there's like 6 options, which are like not enough leads or too many time wasters or whatever. And then the second question is, when do you want to solve this problem? And it says immediately, in the next few weeks, or a few months later. And then I have them submit their contact details. So it's pretty simple. The questions are just there to kind of weed out people who are just there for the free thing. Because once they see questions, usually people were just like, I don't want to do this. So I didn't add too many. But then as we start to get leads who are like not very good or waste our time, then we can start putting more filters into place and start adding more questions. Because the biggest issue right now we have is lead flow. So we want to get as many leads in as we can. And then once we have a lot of leads coming in, we want to start putting filters in place to remove the ones that we don't want. Today I lost 2K, sad life. Yeah, unlucky. It happens. Is all you do trade? Is that like your main source of income? You can get results as long as you know your target audience really well. Yeah, exactly. I've been spending some time researching on home services and whatnot, so I'm trying to make everything very specific to them. Same with all of these emails that we're writing. I'm talking about like, well, here's why free quotes don't sell, which is a very common problem, and everybody knows that everybody almost submits free quotes. It's like, well, how do I make the quotes better? So it's, you know, it's a catchy headline for them, and there's a bunch like that. But yeah. Anyway, next email. If I can make trade AI, I would copy the top 5 wealthiest politicians in stock. Is that information publicly available? I feel like it wouldn't be. I wonder how good some of the trading AI things are. It'd actually be quite interesting because I imagine most of it is still down to luck and how the algorithm is set up. Because when you think about it, trading is essentially just stealing money from someone else. So if everybody, hypothetically, everybody was relying on AI to do the trades, well, half of them are still gonna lose, you know? Because they gotta get the money from somewhere. I really don't like trading as a career. It makes me like sad because it's such a lazy way to make money. Not to say that it's not a hard work. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you're not really providing any value to society whatsoever. You're sitting there and analyzing information online and doing research to make sure that you can take money from somebody else more effectively without giving anything in return. That's what kind of makes me sad about it. I think that most of the time, and this isn't like necessarily always the case, but most of the time, the people that I've talked to who became successful or wealthy from only trading are losers. All it takes is a search engine. What are you referring to? Like for finding the information of the politicians' stock trades? You think it'd be that easy? I think you're getting censored. Yeah, the message above that got censored. Rip. I didn't get to read it in time. Unlucky. I don't think politicians should be able to do inside trading. Well, yeah, insider trading is illegal, is it not? But when you make the laws, who's to tell you not to do it? Yeah. Well, if that's the case, why not just make an AI off of that, like what Ella Beck said? They already have two on Twitch. Two what? What's how you frame it? I won't call trading stealing. Well, it's not like stealing in the sense of like you're literally robbing somebody. But the only way that you can make money is if somebody else loses money. So in a sense, it is kind of stealing because you're just taking money from someone else and give nothing in return. Isn't that kind of what stealing is? You take something from somebody else and you give them nothing in return. Whereas having a business, you provide value, so you take from them and give them something they want in exchange. With trading, you just take. So I think it's more equivalent to stealing than anything else would be. It's legal stealing. Two AIs trained on US politicians, they're not good. I mean, I wouldn't imagine they would be. I really think that AI or anything like that can't game the system. Because once it would start gaming the system, even in like a slight percentage, I think it would still just be completely luck based. Like you'd have to just hope for the best that it works. Stealing is without consent. That's fair. I guess people are giving you consent to take the money if they fail, in a way. But I still think it's fairly close. Like, my biggest issue with it is that you're not giving anybody anything in society. You're making money for no reason. Like, I think that trading is worse than even being something like a YouTuber. Because when you're a YouTuber and you make money off of like ad roll, at least you're providing people with entertainment. With trading, you literally provide help to nobody. It is a completely selfish trade. As in the, like, you know what I mean. Oddly enough, I learned stock from eggs. No, you're giving the money for the stock they're trading you for. Like if I have stock, eggs, and Biggs buys the stock. I'm not talking about. Sorry, I'm not talking about like stock trading as in business. I'm talking about trading crypto. I should have clarified. I meant crypto trading. With stock, it's like a little different because you can qualify for dividends. So it's like you are literally paying to get something in return that you are guaranteed to have. Well, not guaranteed, but the idea is that if the company performs well, they would pay out dividends for the amount of stock you own. You own. So you are getting something in return. Whereas with crypto, you're really not. Like you could argue the like security stuff and having like decentralized currency and whatnot, but it's still like you're not really getting anything in return. You're just taking from someone else. It's like a very large game of rock, paper, scissors, but also matters when you play rock, paper, scissors. Yeah. Again, like I think that stock trading is still similar, but it's not as bad as crypto trading. Crypto trading is actually like useless. Well, most of it at least is. Like I can make a case for something like Bitcoin. Like I said, I think that decentralized currency has its uses and whatnot. And I know that there's different cryptos which do different things. But something like trading meme coins and stuff, like that's the dumbest shit. Like it's just sad, to be honest. Anyway. Crypto has 125x leverage. I don't remember all the terminology. I thought leverage was when you are able to like take um isn't leverage when you're able to take like use more money than you have? I don't remember all of the terms anymore. It's been a long time since I looked into this stuff. I'm sorry, $75 from $1. Yeah, but my point is that you're like useless to society. Like, I'm not trying to offend you, but you making that money, you helped nobody and you accomplished nothing. You just gave yourself more money, and you took it from someone else who was trying to do the same thing to you. Like, isn't that kind of a sad way to live? I don't really like people who just care about making money. I think that the world would be a better place if everybody tried to help others. This is why I like the idea of owning a business, because it's like the most direct way you can help people. It's harder, sure, like in some instances, because you might need employees, you might need an office and whatnot. It's a lot more complicated than trading in that sense. Not to say that the skill floor is any different. Obviously, trading is still complicated, and there are people who know it very well. But being a business owner generally is harder, because you have to provide a genuine service and keep people happy and provide value to society, etc., etc. Whereas with trading, you just sit behind a computer, read some charts, and try to make guesses of when other people are putting in money so you can take it. Once you start making money, hard to go back to a regular job. Yeah, like I agree. I'm not trying to say that you're an evil person or anything. I get it. I understand that it's when it starts to work, it's just an easy way to make money and it's good. But I think that it's really important for these kind of people to try and figure out a different thing to do with their money. Because like I said, I've talked to some people who got rich off crypto and they're like just complete degenerates. They're useless, they're losers. They don't have anything going for them except the money that they have. They spend all of their days indoors. They're complete nerds. Nobody likes them. They don't work out. They eat junk food. No women find them attractive. They don't have anything interesting to talk about because they've never done anything. Like, they're still just losers. They just have money. So it's really important that if you're going to live that kind of lifestyle, you need to either figure out a way that you could use the money for good, or you need to make sure you constantly keep working on yourself. And preferably you do both of those things. Otherwise, you're going to be depressed, even if you have a lot of money. I gotcha. Yeah, I don't get buying Ethereum ones and zeros. I don't know how you prove that to someone. I understand crypto buying and blockchains create a currency, but it doesn't make sense. Buying crypto feels a lot like people buy dreams while they sleep. I get some of the crypto, like I said, but I don't get meme coins at all. Because meme coins are literally just... It's like gambling. You just hope that you get to pull out at the right time and fuck over someone else, and there's no real perceived value that you would get from holding the coins most of the time. So it's just gambling, basically. It's more complicated gambling, where like you are really the only one to blame if you lose. I guess that's the good part of it, because in gambling, you know it's rigged against you. And I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes in crypto trading, it's rigged against you as well. The amount of rug pulls that people have pulled off. So don't think you're safe there. But at the same time, like, there's usually some tells that you can use at least to make a calculated guess. Whereas with the casino, like, you know you're always at a disadvantage. There is no making up for that. Oh, I'm not even sharing. Oops. Farmers don't and shouldn't bet. The weather's already too much of a gamble. New strategy is options during the expiry day before market closes. Very volatile, like 10x 5 minutes before closing. So what, but the volatility can go either way. So what are you determining when you should pull? is. You just wait for green and you pull out during the really volatile periods. Wait up until last moment, wait till it gets volatile, people trading a bunch. Once it hits green, you pull out. What do you think of my water bottle idea about having advertisement of water bottle to pre-purchase water for some customers? When did you mention this somewhere? Because I don't remember reading this. Water bottle idea, having advertisement of water bottle to pre-purchase water for some customers. I need to have more context for this, I think. Intuition from losing all the money. How much do you make generally? Like, I know it's not stable, but month to month, how much do you think you profit? Advertisements on the bottle pay for the water itself. That's not a new concept, actually. There's a company that had already done that. They did exactly that. They made like cartons of water and they gave it away for free, and the entire bottle is covered in advertisements. You have 10K in savings. That's not what I asked you. If you're afraid to answer, I'm assuming that you're in a net loss every month. Give me a sec. I'm going to turn off the AC. Is the water good? Is the bottle large? I think it's essentially the same. I think they source it from springs. Just, you know, monthly varies so much. Okay, instead of monthly, where did you start and how much have you netted? So if you start, let's say you started trading with 1K and now you have 10K and you had no other source of income. Like what's the difference between where you started and where you're at right now? Doc, will you please stop appearing on my For You page every 2 seconds? I'm sorry. I have no control over that. Complain to the YouTube gods. You know, there's a little there's these 3 dots next to the bottom right corner of the video. You can click that and then just say not interested or like don't see videos from this channel or something like that. So you can get rid of me for good. You won't have to worry after that. It's too complicated. I'll waste money. It only works for big companies. Here's the truth. The platform itself isn't the problem. Facebook's job is literally to put your ad in front of local homeowners. It's designed to be easy. That's how they make their money. The real challenge is what you put in the ad. If your offer is weak, no ad system in the world can save you. But if your offer is strong, clear, valuable, and specific, Facebook becomes the easiest way to fill your calendar. Think of it like this. Facebook is, I'm not sharing my screen, my bad. Facebook is just the billboard. Your offer is the message on it. And the message is what makes someone call. Your move today. Stop worrying about the tech. Instead, write down one simple ad headline. clearly explains the transformation you deliver. Deliver. Example. Get your driveway looking brand new in 7 days with a free cost breakdown included. Pro tip. What was the pro tip I had in mind? Before and after photos and ads are killer. No. Want me to show you exactly how to run ads? Homeowners, stop scrolling and start cooking. Click here to there. That's it. A lot of home service business owners avoid Facebook and Instagram ads because they think it's too complicated, it'll waste money, it only works for big companies. Here's the truth. Platform itself isn't the problem. Don't let the online gurus lie to you. Here's the truth. The platform itself isn't the problem. Don't let the online gurus lie to you and tell you it's complicated. It's not. Facebook job is literally put your ad in front of local homeowners. It's designed to be easy. That's how they make their money. The real challenge is what you put in the ad. If your offer is weak, no ad system in the world can save you. But if your offer is strong, clear, valuable, and specific, Facebook becomes the easiest way to fill your calendar. Think of it like this. Facebook is just a billboard. Your offer is the message on it. And the message is what makes someone call. Your move today, stop worrying about the tech. Instead, write down one simple ad headline that clearly explains the transformation you deliver. Get your driveway looking brand new again in 7 days with a free cost breakdown included. Pro tip, before and after photos in ads are killer. Talk soon. Me, Megan Klein, getting easy. PS, want me to show you exactly how to write ads that make homeowners stop scrolling and start booking? Click here to reach out. Oops. Maybe I should just make the whole thing a hyperlink. Copy. Edit. Hey Ezio, what's up? Not much, just doing some value emails. The nurture system we're gonna use for our ads. After stream today, I'm gonna call up that guy, see if he's interested. Ugh. By the way, the raw gravel guy, $400 equals 3 dump truck loads of gravel in aggregate. Is that expensive? Do you think that that's a lot? Because I think that sounds pretty reasonable. No, it's pretty cheap. Yeah, I was thinking. I've never done stuff like that, but just immediately when you told me, I'm like, damn, first of all, that's a lot of weight they have to dispose, and they probably have to pay a decent amount of money for that. Then the amount of time to actually travel back and forth 3 times and hire the person, and then the truck is probably on lease as well. So it seems pretty cheap. Typically, I'd say $400 for 1.5 loads typically. Okay. Well, they need to reevaluate their business model. Being cheap is never the solution. You know what's a really common misconception that people have? And I wrote an email about this in this nurture system. People don't buy, usually people don't buy on price. People usually, like, I hear everybody always say that, oh, people only care who's the cheapest and they buy whatever's cheapest. But it's just not true. People buy what the best value is for the price. So if you're commoditized and you're all doing the same thing, then yes, people will buy what's cheapest. But if you are able to separate yourself from your competition by providing more than them, then they would go with you instead of the competitor. It's not about the price. It's about, do they think that they're getting significantly more value in exchange for the amount of money that they're paying compared to somebody else? That's a really important factor to keep in mind. Because people, I see businesses constantly competing with each other on price. And it's the fastest way to run yourself into the ground. You're just going to be depressed. Because your margins are going to be thin, you're going to be overworked, you're going to be dealing with shittier customers, because the people who care about buying the cheapest thing possible are usually extremely shitty customers to deal with, because they have such high expectations for the amount that they put in, because each cent matters so much to them because they're poor. So you're just creating so much unnecessary headache for yourself by selling to cheap people and selling a cheap service. Most people live somewhere in the middle. There's 3 categories, right? You can either sell a lot of stuff to poor people for cheap, or sell a small amount of stuff to rich people that's expensive. But most people sit somewhere in between. They try to appeal to everybody, and that's kind of the problem, because then they start to become commoditized. You don't want to be in the middle. You want to either do one or the other, like what I mentioned. He's the only gravel company that's close by, but he's really bad with time management, and he's constantly falling through on deals. So I think he's dropped his price to get customer loyalty back. Yeah, well, that's like, he's just ruining his own business then. Because he needs to, he should have just spent some money on like a time management course or coaching program so he can get better at time management and just keep his price. People, that's another like false equivalent to, people are not going to respect you more and be more loyal to you if you drop your price. If anything, I would say that it's usually quite the contrary. That people, when you start to price yourself extremely cheap, a lot of people start to devalue what you do. They unless you give a good reason. Like, you can give discounts and stuff, but it needs to give them a good reason for why the discount exists. You should never just lower your price for no real benefit. He could have made, like, he could have done that and made a specific kind of deal. He could be like, oh, for this week only, we're doing $400 for this, as long as you leave a review. And he could actually get something out of it and lower his price and make his customers happy without reducing the perceived value that they have of his service in their eyes. And it's just an example. You don't have to do a review, but you could say $400 only this week for X reason. And now it's no longer an issue. But just lowering your price would be bad, especially if you're saying he's the only guy who's close by. So if he lowers his price now, he's going to have a really difficult time bringing his price back up, because if he works for a lot of people for this kind of price, then you can imagine the process to bring the price back up is going to be slow, because people don't have somebody else to reach out to, and they're going to be really upset if he raises his prices really high or back to the normal level. So it's not a good idea. Reducing prices is almost never the answer. Unless, look, I would say anytime that anybody would want to reduce the price, you need to either give a reason and give a massive discount to, for a limited period of time to make people happy, or you need to remove parts from your service that you had before, or you need to stack bonuses on top of the thing that you're already providing and not change the price. So give more value instead of reducing the price. Reducing prices in a restaurant draws in the vultures, I know that. Yeah, but it also doesn't draw in long-term customers though. And that's what almost every business actually truly wants. Like the most important thing in a successful business is like the churn is extremely important, and the lifetime value of your customers is extremely important, because that's what makes you rich. Getting customers in quick is nice for a quick buck, but if you actually want to have a business which is sustainable, dependable, consistent, you need to increase your customers' lifetime value. And you're not going to get long-term customers by reducing your price. Unless you use the strategies aforementioned. Like you know, you give a big discount for a specific reason, or you value stack, or, you know, something like that. You experience a DM outreach. I'm trying to reach out to epoxy flooring businesses, but I haven't gone to pitch before I get ghosted. How are you? DM outreach is almost the same as email outreach. What's your email out? Oh, sorry. What's your DM outreach message? What's the initial message you send them? I'm gonna go get some more water. I'll be right back. I'm back. Oh. Doesn't matter. The good news, writing good headlines is simple. You don't need to be a copywriter. You just need to speak to what homeowners actually care about. Here are 3 headline formulas you can steal today. I appreciate the follow. Been checking out your projects. That last flooring job looked clean. How's business in Tucson looking these days? Oh, so okay, so this is DM outreach for people who followed your page. Okay. I mean, I think it's fine. I think you're like, that's a decent message. It might come across a little bit disingenuous. Like, it's different because it's inbound, so people are following you. So it's kind of okay to try to nurture them this way. But when you say DM outreach, I imagine outbound. So if you're reaching out to people for the first time who don't know you and don't know anything about you, and in that essence, you wouldn't want to do it like this. But if it's just from people coming in, I think it's fine. I mean, how many people have you done this for? How many messages have you sent like this? And do you get no replies at all? Because another thing is, you want to make sure that you avoid making conversation that seems fake. So if you're talking to them and they can sense that you're about to try to sell them something, they're gonna not want to talk to you. So you should get to the point very quickly. If you say something like that and they respond, you're like, it's doing okay. You could be like, you know, have you been looking into getting more clients perhaps? I have this free guide I could send you over. It might help you get more clients booked. And they might be like, yeah, sure. And then just send it to them. And then put them in like an email nurture list or something. Or in the document, try to pitch, give them a lot of really good value and then try to pitch your offer. And you would have an opportunity to, they'd have an opportunity to reach out to you if they like what you gave them. Just simple stuff like that. I follow them. Anyone that follows back, I send this to them. I do get replies, but it's in process of identifying the problem. They just stop replying. Okay, well, because you're intruding in their space. So think about it like this. You're essentially knocking on people's doors, and when they open, you're like, hey, nice house, and you try to make friendly conversation. And then after like 30 seconds, you start asking like, well, do you have any problems with your pipes? Do you have this, blah, blah? Well, now the person feels like they've been tricked because they thought that you were trying to make a genuine connection, or you might be wondering like, what does this guy want? And then they realize what it is that you want, and then they ghost you because they think that you're very disingenuous. If you're going to reach out to people who don't know anything about you, you need to be extremely clear with what you're presenting very fast, because people can sense when you're trying to sell them something. I think honestly, personally, the passive stuff really doesn't work because people aren't stupid. Like almost everybody who reaches out to me tries that strategy with me as well, and it just pisses me off. Like somebody's like, oh, I saw you do this thing, you know, nice to, you know, I do something similar, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, hey, do you want to like buy my shit? I'm like, well, no, fuck you. I thought you were trying to actually have a conversation, maybe collaborate or something, but yeah, no, I don't think that that's a good strategy. I think that if you're gonna do it, you need to be very direct. You can ask them, like, hey, how's the jobs looking? And like I said, just ask them directly afterwards, after they reply, just go like, hey, I have this thing that might help you out for free. Do you want it? And that would build up goodwill. And you'd get to the point fast. So that would be a better way to do that. No one is almost ever gonna let you pitch in DMs like that. You need to be upfront. Don't bullshit people. Also, the numbers matter a lot. This is why I asked, how many people have you reached out to like this? I don't know what the statistics are for emails, but sorry, for DMs, but for emails, you can expect like 1 to 2 positive replies every 100 messages you send. So like you gotta send a lot of DMs and emails if you want to have a good shot. Elabek, I think you got censored again. YouTube really doesn't like you. I think I just saw a message from the corner of my eyes, but it didn't go through. Get your patio looking brand new in just 10 days without lifting a finger. That's kind of a lame fucking thing. 2, problem solution headline. Tired of weeds and cracks in your driveway. Here's how to fix it. Here's how to fix it. Free offer headline. Free same day estimate plus design ideas to make your yard the best on the street. See how each one makes the home owner stop, nod, and think that's me. This email is not super great. I should come back to this one. I'm Scots, Irish, Protestant, American. Of course, you just don't like me. Take one of these formulas and rewrite it for your own service. Each one strong, even one strong headline can turn a dead ad into a flying machine. Yes, want me to help you write headlines that make people buy? Goodbye. Here and my team. Here to book in with my team. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I could probably make this email much better. Let me look up some documents I have. Did I write it in my ads? Was it here? Yes. Ad structure. There. Value. Guarantee. Solution. Guarantee. Yes. Ad structure. How many sequences in an email? What do you, in terms of what? Like how many follow-ups? And is it for cold email? In the emails, I want to discuss every part of what makes an ad good. Is what a good structure looks like. The email you're working on. Oh, I'm gonna add as many as humanly possible. We're on email 9 right now, but the principle I have with reaching out with warm leads is you reach out till they buy or die. So ideally you never stop. Unless they tell you to fuck off. Anybody who is inbound is interested in what you're providing. So there's no reason not to keep reaching out to them and giving them value so that they trust you more. Things don't have to be in one email. We can split them up into multiple emails and expand on only a couple points per email. Let's do not overwhelm. Gonna have to think about the way I want to structure this. Is that a follow-up? Yeah, essentially. It's basically when somebody opts in from my ad, I'm gonna send them this sequence, which is just designed to give them a lot of value every day so that they can implement like little simple pieces into their business and improve the results of it, and constantly remind them that they could book a call and just solve their problem that way. Elabek, come on, man. You're supposed to be more mature than this. Aren't you like a million years old? How detailed do I want these emails to be? I think you shouldn't send it every day, send it 3 times a week. Why? Give me a good reason. Hey Rakesh, what's up? School, work, or college? What do you do? Sounds okay. Right, email 8 because headlines there. Working professional. Data scientist and education. I'm imagining it's an education tech startup. That's interesting. How's that going for you? What is it that you do? Like, what are your daily responsibilities? The reader will be tired instead of just trying to warm them up by more and more persuasive copy. I'm trying to just give them value. I'm trying to warm them up by giving them value. I don't think that anybody would ever be tired of reading something that is helpful to them. It's like, imagine, hypothetically, imagine you're somebody who gets no bitches. And you opt in to something that's like, I'm gonna help you get a girlfriend in 30 days. And every day he sent you an email which took you 30 seconds to read and gave you one simple step that you could take to get closer to your goal. You're telling me you would get tired of seeing those emails every day? I wouldn't be if I was in that case. In that position, rather. These emails are not meant to annoy people. They're meant to be digestible chunks of extremely valuable information to help somebody achieve an issue that they're struggling with. Here's another way I like to think about it. I had a professor who told me this. Said, imagine you had a extremely rare condition called glowing purple butt syndrome, right? And no matter what doctor you went to, nobody could fix you. You've tried everything. You know, you went to all sorts of doctors, gotten all sorts of medication, nothing helps. Nobody knows how to fix it. And then one day you get an email from somebody that's like, hey, do you have purple glowing butt syndrome? Watch this 2-minute video and it'll fix your problem. Or you could apply this more to this situation. You could say, look, if you do this every day for the next 30 days, I promise it's gonna fix it. Or I'm gonna give you $1,000. You're telling me you wouldn't be, like, looking forward to those emails every day? Personally, like, I read a lot of the emails of the things that I've signed up for because I actually like the stuff. I value it. Doesn't annoy me. And keep in mind, again, that this is not for cold outreach. This is for people who chose to opt in to get this training. This is what they asked for. You know? So if anything, I'd be annoyed if I asked for something and they didn't give it to me. Or if it only came rarely. Eight. Is mostly on call. Want to rewrite email 8 to include what's in email 9 is on call out and problem statement for the headline. Yeah, nowadays a lot of promotion email look like automated. Yeah, AI generate. Yeah, I agree. And it's not even that. The thing is, promotional email is different from what I'm doing too, because this is something somebody opted in for. This is the offer. It's not an addition to something else that they wanted to opt in for. They're asking for training on this specific thing. So I'm simply providing it. I read them too every day, but the people already have a little attention span with the software that you use for emailing supports sending emails every day. I agree with you. Yeah, it does, and I will send emails every day, and like I said, they're very digestible emails. The first one is just a confirmation email. The second one is extremely long and very good detailed information, and I'm using that to weed out the people that are actually serious and not. I basically put together like a long, like 6-7 minute read email, which gives a lot of value. And then says that, hey, if you finish this, reply with done, and I'll add you to the champions list where we're gonna give you better value because you're a serious business owner. So I would try to get them to show me that they're serious, which would be good for me in the future because then I would know that they would take the information more seriously. And if they don't, whatever. The rest of the emails after that take like a minute of their day to read and give them very simple steps that they can implement into their business immediately. So I wonder if I should include everything in this part. Maybe also include agitate as solution as part of this. If they complete that. There's other otherwise have the full structure they can use to make solid add from just that email. Might as well cover the full formula. What books do you suggest for a beginner like me? $100 million offers, leads, and money models by Alex Ramosi. Start with offers, then do leads, then do money models. Pitch Anything by Oren Klaff. Scientific Advertising by Claude Hopkins. The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy. Those Never Split the Difference as well. Those will really put you in good standing. The Alex Hormozy $100 million offers and leads books are available even for free on Apple Podcast if you're willing to listen to them in podcast form. I'm actually going to rewrite this. Thanks. No problem. Happy to help. The simple formula behind ads that actually work. Hi. Name. Most ads fail because they're vague. Don't call out the right people. They don't hit on a real problem. And they definitely don't show why a homeowner should act. Here's the fix. Use the simple pass formula. Problem, agitate, solve. Let's break it down. 1, call out plus problem. Start by speaking directly to the homeowner, naming their issue. Dublin homeowners with cracked driveways, tired of weeds and stains making your home look neglected. Do target pain or benefits? You need to target pain and then you can explain the additional benefits. You can do both. But when it comes to a headline, headlines should almost always target a pain point of some kind. It's the easiest thing to target. You call out who it's for and like in terms of location or the kind of person that they are, and then what their problem is to get their attention. Make the pain feel urgent. Show what happens if they do nothing. Every pull in, it's a reminder that your home looks older than it really is. Those cracks only get worse with time. Solution. Paint the dream outcome. Show how fast and easy it can be with you. In just 7 days, we'll restore your driveway so it looks brand new again, backed by our crack-free guarantee. These 3 together, and you've got an ad that makes people stop scrolling and think, that's me, I need this fixed. You remove they. Take one of your current ads. And what if they're not? Write an add using the pass formula. Out the homeowner, highlight the pane, and then show them the outcome you deliver. Yes. Need to help you write ads step by step using proven frameworks. So homeowners. But book in. Click here to schedule a call. I think I'm gonna mention the call to action afterwards. Or maybe, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should just include the call to action here. I'm just describing the pass formula. Yeah, you know what? You're probably right. I should include a call to action in this email. Want me to help you write ads step by step using framework ads step by step. CTA before PS. What? Oh, yeah. That's what I meant. Like, for in terms of the ad, you mean? I'm gonna help you write ads step by step using proven frameworks so homeowners can help themselves with book in. Schedule, click here to schedule a call. Copy. Should I include this here? How am I gonna structure this? What are the next emails gonna be? I personally like having call to actions in the PS message. That's just how I do it. It's a personal preference thing. I could add some kind of urgency. Yeah. We still have 4 slots available this month. Something like that. I think I'm gonna add the call to action for the emails later. That's not what you meant, but like I was still thinking about maybe I should mention the call to action, but I think I'll mention it in a later email together with something else. It's so fucking hot. You know what? It's been an hour and a half. I think I'm gonna call it a day. Oh, I'm getting kind of tired of doing this. So, also super sweaty. It's so hot in here. Anyway, yeah, thanks everybody so much for watching. Happy to have you here. Can I write an email for you? You're welcome to try. Yeah, go ahead. Are you in the Discord? If you are, you can drop me a message there. But either way, thanks everybody so much for watching. Happy to have you. Good stream, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, Ezio, just send me a message on Discord. I'm gonna stream again tomorrow at 3 p.m. CEST, like usual. Maybe a little earlier, not sure. But probably still 3. A money clip made for bills. I got a money clip made for bills. What do you mean? Is that a reference I'm not understanding, or did you actually get like a clip to clip your money together? Bye, Ezio. Oh, so hot. I'm dying. So nice outside though that it's always sunny. It's wonderful. I smith the clip for my money. Okay, nice. Send it in the Discord. I want to see it. With the whole stack of bills too. Hundreds. Anyway, oh, hold on. 2 in of metal flattened, 2 folded over. Yeah, I mean, okay, I just want to see it. Send it in. Everybody, I think I'm joining at the end of the stream. Yeah, sorry. I'm quitting. Sorry, quitting. That's not a good word to use. I'm ending stream a little early today. I've been doing them kind of like shorter recently. I got money just to put a place in. Yeah, sorry. I'll be back again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central European Summer Time. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Happy to have you all here. See you tomorrow. Bye.